You gonna believe what happened over here, man? We're gonna run out there and look at you in the house. Somebody had you and cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 horse 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach with caution. You never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking. Might step out like motherfuckers get the dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking. The sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man. I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to duty.
Coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Glad you brought your friends, they can watch it go down. I got mine too, so welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. From here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Limaland Motorsports Park for round number 2 of Racing to the Rumble. Race fans, let's get it on! Good evening, race fans. Jerry Keyser here, the voice of Limaland Motorsports Park and Racing to the Rumble, alongside Brett Wheeler with Ultimate Dirt TV with round number 2 for Racing to the Rumble at Limaland Motorsports Park, presented by Fatheadz.com, Fatheadz Eyewear, General Tire, Holiday Inn, Tim Sims. As we get ready to go with round number 2, just the top 4 in tonight's A main will make the transfer to the finale in December. And looking forward to a great night of racing here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett, what do you think about what we got in store tonight here at Limaland?
Well, after coming off a month ago at Knoxville Raceway, where we had the big open half mile, the sprint car capital of the world, we come to the bull ring, Limaland Motorsports Park. These drivers are going to be elbows up. They're going to be on the wall. You'll see drivers trying to work the low side. They're going to be careful because those inside U tyres, well, they don't move, and that's something that these drivers have to contend with as well. But really looking forward to the second round of the series, and you know, we've still got, after tonight, we've still got another 7 weeks of fierce competition, all chasing that $1,000 to win.
Well, after last month's big event at Knoxville, we had the top 4 are now locked in to the finale in Fort Wayne on December 16th and 17th at Rumble 23 at the Rumble in Fort Wayne. And that means those 4 drivers are not eligible to compete tonight. So that's going to open the door for some different drivers to be at the top of the field tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park.
Yeah, exactly right. And this is why we're going to, you know, come the end of December, you know, this is why we're going to have the best, 40 drivers competing, all for that $1,000 to win. And We've already spoken about the likes of Alex Bergeron. He's an three-time iRacing world champion. He's already qualified. He's already in the hunt to win that $1,000. Another noticeable name a couple of noticeable names here that sort of having a look at. Sean Stevens, he's pretty quick here around in a sprint car. Kevin Hanley, Tyler Schell. Now Tyler Schell was one of the iRacing world champion pro drivers that competed on a weekly basis. He actually picked up a win at Williams Grove in the iRacing World Championship. So expect that 85 machine to be somewhere near the front come the end of the 30-lap main event here tonight.
Those fans that are watching in with us tonight on Facebook Live on Ultimate Dirt TV, make sure you're tuned in at the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page, where you'll have a chance to get entered into the Ultimate Fan Giveaway, which is going to feature, let me find my notes here, hotel room at the Holiday Inn right across the street from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. It's also going to feature 2 reserved seats to both nights of Rumble 23, December 17th and 18th at the Rumble in Fort Wayne. Breakfast and lots of swag from Fatheadz Eyewear. So make sure you're tuning in. The drawing and the winner will be announced during our Thursday, November 18th Rumble Mumble broadcast, which is the podcast leading up to the Rumble in Fort Wayne. Make sure you check that out. I believe these guys are starting to wind down with practice, so we'll get ready to go. Before we do, let's take a look at a great interview held with the series director of the Rumble in Fort Wayne, along with the CEO of Fatheadz Eyewear, Rico Elmore.
Well, we're excited that tonight is the kickoff to Racing to the Rumble presented by Fatheadz Eyewear. And we're really excited to have with us tonight Rico Elmore, the founder and owner of Fatheadz Eyewear in Indianapolis. Good afternoon, or I guess I should say good evening, Rico.
How's it going, Larry?
Hey, it's going great. For our viewers out there that may not be familiar with Fatheadz Eyewear, can you give us the quick nickel tour on what exactly Fatheadz Eyewear is, kind of like how it started and what it is that you do?
Where do you think they've been hiding? If they don't know, I'm kidding. So anyhow, so Fatheadz Eyewear, I mean, it's hard to believe the reason I started it is because I have somewhat of a larger head and couldn't find eyewear to fit originally, so I started making eyewear for larger headed individuals back in 2004, and as the years have went along, we kept changing that, changing our stuff a little bit here and there, but we've got over, I would say, probably 1,000 different styles now, ranging anywhere from sunglasses all the way to ophthalmic frames for your prescriptions. We have large frames that would fit my head, and then we also have regular size frames that would fit a lot of others. So just happy to be involved with this deal and continuing our relationship with the Rumble and trying to make it a little bit better and a little more interest if we can. So.
Well, Fatheadz Eyewear, I know I've been over there, and just the number of lines that you have and all the different sponsors and everything. It's not sponsors, but all the different, like you have the smoke line and all these different lines. And then you talked about prescriptions. How do people get Fatheadz Eyewear? Do they have to go through a dealer, or?
I mean, the best way to get our stuff and look at the full line of everything that we have is on Fatheadz, and that's FATHEADZ.com, fatheadz.com. And so we've got everything for the most part on there. We are in the middle of a little bit of a redesign right now that's pretty close to being done, but just keep an eye out for that, and our social media channels, at Fatheadz and at Fatheadz Eyewear, I think. So a lot of different things like that. But yeah, we've went from just having a men's line of extra, oversized frames to, having women's frames as well. With our line called Dia, we also have John Raymond, which is a little more of a technical frame. We've got the Smoke line, which is Tony Stewart's signature line. So we've got a lot of different stuff. Yeti eyewear, just like the coolers, Yeti. So got a lot of different things to offer, and yeah, we love being involved in the racing and the fans that are very, very loyal.
And we need to emphasize to everybody that it's Fatheadz with a Z, not an S. Fatheadz.com, and that's where you can go and learn everything that you want to know about Fatheadz, and a cool line of accessories now with the caps, the koozies, and eyeglass holders, and a lot of great things. So check out the website. And Rico, we really want to thank you for coming on board as the presenting sponsor for Racing to the Rumble. It's a brand new iRacing venture for us, and we're hoping to create a new venture with this and get the fans more involved. And through your help, we're going to do that. So we're looking forward to talking more about Fatheadz Eyewear down the line. And Rico, we thank you for giving us this quick tour about Fatheadz Eyewear.
Yes, sir. And again, thank you for, the opportunity to be involved in it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So everybody, make sure you check it out. We'll share it on our social media as well. And, it's a little something to keep everybody busy until we get right down to it. So, but thank you for the opportunity, Larry.
Okay, there you have it. Rico Elmore from Fatheadz Eyewear, fatheadz.com.
What a great interview with CEO of Fatheadz Eyewear, Rico Elmore. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to honor our great nation with the singing of the United States National Anthem presented by Frank Palladino, Eldora and Limaland Stock Car Champ.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Won't say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, just about ready to go with qualifying here at Limaland Motorsports Park for round number 2 of Racing to the Rumble, presented by Fatheadz Eyewear. I'd like to also thank General Tire, UDTV, Tim Sims, Holiday Inn Fort Wayne, and of course the Rumble in Fort Wayne for their support. Also a special thank you to Super Clean for the Fast Time Award tonight.
Well, who's going to go fast time is, probably one driver to keep an eye on, as I've already said here tonight. Probably a pretty big favourite coming into tonight, driving the elbows up, Sim Sports, number 85. It is Tyler Schell, and he's the first car to lay down a lap time and goes with a 12.374 at the moment. Oh, how about Joe Cease now? He's going to go quick time. He's going to knock Tyler Schell off his paunch, and that catch fence apparel, number 85, reclaims the number 1 spot with a 12.257.
Very interesting seeing how these guys work qualifying here as opposed to the Knoxville Raceway. At Knoxville, they use that first lap to run up high to get the momentum built up. Here at Limaland, the track's so small, they're going right off the bat, going for it. And right now, like you said, Tyler Schell atop the leaderboard here in qualifying, 12.257. Lane Snook currently second with 12.282. Matt Henninger, Bubba Henninger on the track right now, our buddy from New York City in the Wilderness Whiskey Wicked Energy number 97, doing a great job qualifying 15th right now with a 12.599.
Yeah, Ross Carinta on the racetrack, 12.351 for lap number 1 for Ross Carinta, goes 6 quick. Caleb Harmon, 12.058. Caleb Harmon has just blown Tyler Schell and the rest of the field out of the water by 0.2 of a second. Holy dooly, that is an absolute belter of a lap time. But Ross Carinta goes 6 quick. But how about Caleb Harmon with a 12.058 to Tyler Schell's 12.257.
Caleb Harmon, no stranger to the real Limaland Motorsports Park as well as the virtual Limaland, and now he's showing his strength, as, like you said, knocking 0.2 off of Tyler Schell's time to not set quick time so far tonight. Looks like we're just about done qualifying. We're starting to wrap up here. Just a few more cars to go. Joe Chisholm on the track right now. Randy Shreves, I apologize. Randy Shreves in the ground zero, graphics number 56.
He's no stranger to a sprint car, the Randy Shreves. He runs pretty much 305s, 360s, 410s here on the iRacing service, and we'll see how he'll fare here tonight as he goes 19th quick with a 12.631 on lap number 1. His second lap is a 12.714, and that will be 32 cars, Jerry, who have taken lap times here tonight, and 32 cars. I think we had about 35 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight, and they're all chasing the top four in tonight's main event. But they've got to get through the heat races first, and a little bit of a curveball as well with the heat races, because the fastest qualifier will have to end up starting on the outside of row 3, I believe it is.
That's correct. Inverting the top 6 out of qualifying, the top 4 drivers finishing in each heat race will go straight to the A main. Positions 5 through 10 will head to one of 2 B mains. The B mains will be lined up by heat race finish straight up. There'll be 12 laps, no yellows. Top 4 from each B main will advance the A main behind the heat transfers. And then our A main will be 30 laps. The first 16 positions again filled by heat race transfers, and they'll get then positions 17 through 24 from the B mains. And then the top 4 transfer to the A main, or transfer to the finale at the Rumble in Fort Wayne in December. And once they're qualified, that's it for them. They got to sit out the rest of the season and watch everybody else try to get their way in.
Yeah, it's always good to try and get that out of the way, get that top 4 qualifying effort out of the way as soon as you can, because that way you know you've locked yourself in. And as the months go on, as the races go on, after tonight we've only got 7 more shots at locking in some more drivers. And if you don't make the top 4 after each race, then that added pressure becomes just a little bit more intense as these drivers all try and win $1,000. But tell you what, the fans at home have a chance at winning something as well.
Absolutely. One of the cool things we got going on, if you're watching in on the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page, you have a chance to win the Rumble in Fort Wayne VIP fan experience just by liking, commenting, sharing on the page. You'll have a chance to win 2 reserved seats for both nights of the Rumble in Fort Wayne on December 17th and 18th. A 2-night stay at the Holiday Inn Purdue Fort Wayne, which is right across the street from the Coliseum. You'll get breakfast and a bunch of Fatheadz Eyewear swag. Make sure you guys get in on this. Make sure you're telling your friends. Get them on the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page. Click like, share, tell all your friends. This is something that we'll be doing each month. Again, you can see up on the screen right now, next week or next month on July 20th, we'll be at the dirt track at Charlotte. Virtually. Make sure you should tune in then as well to get another chance to get into that drawing for the VIP experience.
Well, as qualifying wraps up, we'll take a look here at the official qualifying results on the screen right now, and it was Caleb Harmon who did set the timesheet tonight with a 12.058. Tyler Schell second. Third quick was Lane Snook. Joe Cease in fourth. Kevin Hanley rounded out the top 5, and we'll have 4 heat races on the program for tonight. Let's take a look at heat race number 1 and how they line up with Matthew Henninger, starting alongside Mike Henninger on row number 1.
In row number 2, it's going to be Jamie Tollison alongside Cameron Lytle in the number 22 car.
Row 3 inside will be the 110 of Kevin Hanley to his outside. The man that goes quick time this evening. Position number 6 in car 11, it's Caleb Harmon.
In row number 4 on the inside, in the number 7 out of Pennsylvania is Kyle Rokinski. And outside him, the Tim Sims 3 car tonight, that's going to be Dakota Fote.
Mason Inman will start alongside Morgan Dowdy in row 5, and that'll be your 10 cars and stars for heat race number 1. Jerry, well, we're in your hometown here tonight.
Absolutely, my home track, Limaland Motorsports Park. Some guys compare it to racing a sprint car there is flying a F-14 around in a gymnasium, and that's what it's going to be like when these guys take the green flag. Bubba Henninger on the pole, coming out of 4, the green flag waves. We are underway.
First heat race of the night. Keep an eye on Caleb Harmon. He drives the 1 machine to the outside. Look at the battle on for 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make that 3, 4, 5, and 6 as Matthew Henninger leads Mike Henninger on lap number 1. 12 laps the distance at 22 of Cameron Lytle to the outside. Here comes Kevin Hanley in the 110 machine. And then Caleb Harmon on the outside looking in at the moment.
All these guys looking to lock their way into tonight's A-main. Right now, Matthew Henninger out front, but he's got company in a big way. Here comes Mike Henninger. Here comes Caleb Harmon to the outside, battling for the 3rd spot alongside Cameron Lytle.
Well, there goes Caleb Harmon, moves into position 3 now, running the middle of the racetrack. Track is very slick right now here in the opening heat race of the night. We may see a track reset coming up before the main event, but Mike Henninger got some pressure right now from Caleb Harmon. Matthew Henninger, still your race leader. 5 laps down this time by 7 remaining here in the opening heat race of the night.
Caleb Harmon all over the tail tank of Mike Henninger. He'll dive to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Nothing doing. Henninger will use the momentum to keep the spot down the backstretch. Harmon again to the inside. Nothing doing unless this is letting Matthew Henninger get away just a little bit out front.
Yeah, Matt Henninger still working the middle of the racetrack as we're already past half race distance. There's 5 laps left to run here on a very, very slick virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Mike Henninger 1 and 2. And then you go back to Caleb Harmon, who sits in 3rd. Cameron Lytle 4th. Jamie Tollison rounds out the top 5. And well, with 4 laps left to run, here comes Mike Henninger starting to put the pressure on Matthew Henninger down into 1 and 2.
Mike Henninger all over the tail tank of Matthew Henninger through turns 1 and 2. Matthew able to get away by a couple car lengths. Caleb Harmon now looking to the inside of Mike Henninger, trying to grab that 2nd spot. It's still anybody's race here as laps wind down. 2 laps to go. Here goes Caleb Harmon. Slide job city.
Slide job into 1 and 2 that time by. Now looks for the bottom side down into 3 and 4. He just caught the middle of the inside U-tie there. And now with just 2 to run, Matthew Henninger looking for a heat race victory here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park for round number 2 of the Racing to the Rumble in Fort Wayne. White flag is out for Matthew Henninger.
Matt Henninger out front in the Wilderness Whiskey Wicked Energy, number 97. Mike Henninger runs 2nd. This time out of turn number 4. Checkered flags in the air. Give the win to Matthew Henninger. 2nd will be Mike Henninger. 3rd going to be Cameron Lytle as Caleb Harmon gets loose coming out of 4. Loses the spot, but the top 4 will transfer. It'll be Matthew Henninger, Mike Henninger, Cameron Lytle, and Caleb Harmon making the transfer.
Yeah, let's take a look at those official results coming up on your screen. Matthew Henninger gets the win ahead of Mike Henninger. Cameron Lytle 3rd, just as Caleb Harmon threw a move there on Mike Henninger in 3 and 4 there on the final time and ended up losing not only 2nd, but also he lost 3rd coming home 4th. Jamie Tollison to round out your top 5, and everybody else will go through to our B mains. Let's take a look at heat race number 2. Let's have a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Clayton Kincart will start on pole position, and on his outside, Mason King will line up position number 2.
One of your fellow Aussies, Sean Stevens, lines up inside row number 2 with Matthew Bruner on the outside.
Ross Corinta drives the Phantom Motorsports number 10 machine. He'll start position at number 5, and he's outside for Elbows Up Sim Sports. It's the 85 of Tyler Shell.
Peyton Sefter lines up inside row number 4 with Nick Camper on the outside in the 09 car.
Then we go back to Kyle Moonen and Eric Smith. They will start positions at number 9 and 10 here in heat race number 2.
Great first heat race here at Limaland. Looking forward to heat race number 2 here, being broadcast by the Ultimate Dirt TV as we go green out of turn number 4 at Limaland Motorsports Park. A little bit of contact between Clayton Kinkart, Sean Stevens. They'll battle side by side out of turn 2. A gaggle of cars chasing them down right now into turns 3 and 4.
No, there's a bit of contact there with Ross Carrenta and Matthew Bruner there. Now battle on for the race lead. Here comes Sean Stevens in the 26, working to the bottom side of the racetrack. Sean Stevens takes the race lead down into turn number 3 and 4. But Clayton Kinkart moves back to the outside, but Sean Stevens there will lead lap number 2. And oh no, there goes Kinkart. There was some contact with the concrete wall, and unfortunately, that's going to put him outside of a transfer position.
Heartbreak for Kinkart, who had a front row starting spot, now falls to the wayside in this one. Sean Stevens will lead with Russ Carrenta, Mason King, Kyle Moonen right now in your top 4. Great battle right now back there for that 4th spot. Kyle Moonen making his move on the outside, charges by Mason King and grabs that 4th spot.
Yeah, Moonen, the 24 machine, now moves up into position at number 3, looking to come after Ross Carrenta. In the 10 machine for Phantom Motorsports, so he holds down 2nd spot. 5 laps into the books here. Heat race number 2 here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Racing to the rumble. It's going to be Sean Stevens leads at the cross flag sticks. Halfway down, 6 down and 6 to go.
One of the cool things about heat races here during racing the rumble, all the setups are fixed race setups. Everybody has the same setup underneath them with these cars, so they are set up identically. So it's all about driver at this point. And in the heat races, there are no cautions. So if you have a problem, you're going to be stuck to the back. You're going to the B main and going to have to race your way through there. Laps winding down in this one. Russ Carrenta well in charge of this one. Oh, trouble for Sean Stevens and Kyle Moonen get together. Tyler Schellenball upside down, several cars. That's going to shake things up.
Yeah, Tyler Schell just got into the back of Mason King there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He got a big run, was Tyler Schell. Unfortunately, tagged the back of Mason King, and that could have been shaping up for a great battle for the final transfer spot. 2 laps left to run here for Ross Carrenta, as he is now your new race leader in the 10 machine. Sean Stevens now, he's just slipped back to position number 2 as they come to the white flag. 1 to go.
Ross Carrenta leads over Sean Stevens, Kyle Moonen in the 3rd place, and now Peyton Senfer finds himself in that 4th and final transfer spot as they come down to complete heat race number 2 here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
I'll wait for the cars to come across the start-finish line. So unofficially, Ross Carrenta gets the win ahead of Sean Stevens in 2nd. Kyle Moonen 3rd, and grabbing that 4th and final transfer spot will be the 32 machine. He's got the McDonald's wrap on that car. That's Peyton Senfer.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
I'm loving it.
Thank you. I was hoping you wouldn't leave me hanging, Brett.
I've had my fair share of McDonald's. So there's heat race number 2 results. Ross Carrenta officially gets the win ahead of Sean Stevens, Kyle Moonen, and Peyton Senfer will grab that 4th and final transfer spot. Clayton Kinkart, Mason King, Nick Camper, Tyler Schell, Matthew Bruner, and Eric Smith will be the drivers that come home and finding themselves from 5th on back in the B mains. As heat race number 3, we'll start with Derek Terry starting on the pole position until he's outside the 56 of Randy Shreve's position number 2.
Row number 2 on the inside will find Roman Gephardt in the Granny Griffin Racing entry. Outside him will be Justin Clark.
All the way from the Great White North, Kyle Goldner in caliber 60 will start position number 5. He's outside the Vanderbilt Racing 23 of Lane Snook.
Starting 7th on the inside of row number 4 in the Phantom Motorsports entry, that is Matthew Croak. Outside him, it'll be Nick Mumley.
And Caleb Nickel in the JDR Esports number 29 machine will start position number 9. Heat race number 3 is set for a start.
Green flag's out. We're underway. Derek Terry, Randy Shreves bring them down. Right now, it is Shreves out front with Terry all over him on the outside.
And Randy Shreves, the 56, takes over the race lead down into turn number 1 and 2. The 3 wide for a moment. Here comes Justin Clark. He's had some experience in a sprint car, and well, I've known Justin on the sim world for a number of years, and nice to see him back here on the racing.com servers having a go, trying to chase down a spot in the $1,000 for December, that final race of the season. Derek Terry now getting a little loose there on the bottom side. Here comes Justin Clark to 78, pass around to the outside.
Justin Clark up on the top shelf where Grandma likes to hide the peanut butter. He'll make his way to the second spot, set his sights on your race leader, Randy Shreves.
Shreves is going to have company down into turn number 1 and 2. Clark dives to the inside, trying to throw a slide jump and drift up to the top side on the exit off turn 2. He clouded the backstretch wall. Down into turns 3 and 4 now. On the front straight over, Randy Shreves continues to lead from Justin Clark. Derek Terry and Lane Snook, your top 4 drivers so far, as Lane Snook now, Roman Gephardt to the inside, slide jump into turns 3 and 4 with Lane Snook back to the inside.
Lane Snook crosses back over. He'll hold on to that 4th and final transfer spot, at least for now. Got to talk a little more about Justin Clark up there in that second spot. He was one of the big feature winners at the Little Eldora Speedway this past Sunday at the go-kart track there at Eldora. Right now, he's trying to knock the wall down, turns 1 and 2.
Look, I'll give him a bit of advice that I got from a mate, Craig Plater. These walls don't move here on high racing. I'm sure as hell don't move on in the real world as well. But now here comes Derek Terry. Justin Clark a little loose. Derek Terry now will take over second momentarily once again. Here comes Clark with the slide jump. He got tight. Now here comes Lane Snook. Going to make it a 3-car battle as they race off turn 4.
Justin Clark banged off that wall a little too hard a few too many times, as now handling troubles has allowed these guys to close in. Here comes Lane Snook sliding up. Justin Clark battles back down the middle. 1 lap to go here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
1 lap this time by, as there goes Lane Snook by Justin Clark down into 3 and 4. Look at Kyle Goldner in that 97, in the 60 machine, sorry. He's now made his way into the 4th and final transfer spot, but meanwhile, Randy Shreves down into turns 3 and 4. He's got a country mile of a lead. Randy Shreves will win heat race number 2. Lane Snook going to come home second. Then we go back to Kyle Goldner in 3rd. Justin Clark 4th. Oh, boy. What a doozy of a heat race that was.
Wow, how about that? Thinking maybe Justin Clark had a little problem with the Jacobs ladder after banging it off the wall so many times over there in 1 and 2. Allowing Lane Snook and Kyle Goldner to get by, but Clark hangs on for that 4th and final transfer spot. Randy Shreves picks up the win over Lane Snook, Kyle Goldner, and Justin Clark. Derek Terry, Matthew Croak, Roman Gephardt, Nick Mumley, and Caleb Nickel will all try it through B-main action.
All right, our 4th and final heat race coming up here as the cars are already on the racetrack. Anthony Green will start from position at number 1. Kevin Bernheimer in the Crazy Cuda Racing number 28 machine will start from position at number 2.
On the inside of row number 2, it's Jalen Cox. Outside him, Kenny Douglas in the Tim Sims number 2, number 31 car.
Joe Chisholm will line up out of position at number 5. Alongside him will be Joe Cease, lines up from position at number 6.
For position number 7, it'll be Ryan Field. And outside him is Hayden Miramontes out of California.
And the Krebs Family Racing 315 entry, that'll be Nate Walker lining up out of position number 9. And those are your 9 cars and stars for heat race number 4, our 4th and final heat race of the night. And out of this heat race, again, we'll take the top 4 to the main event. Everybody else will have to come through the B-mains.
Been a fun night so far here at Limaland Motorsports Park. This final heat race coming down to take the green. That Chevy Silverado pace truck lights are out. It's off the track. It's up to the drivers now. Out of turn 4, green flag waves. We are underway.
Anthony Guerin in the 14 machine will lead him off for now. Look at the 28 of Kevin Bernheim. He just got caught up on the inside wall. Here comes Jalen Cox now, looking for the race lead on the exit of turn 4. He goes right through the middle of the racetrack with the 37. Unable to make the pass for the race lead. Cox sits in behind Guerin right now, down through 1 and 2 as they come to complete lap number 2 this time by.
Kenny Douglas runs 3rd in the Tim Sims number 31. For a moment, he was 3 wide with your top 2. Right now, they've all strung out single file with Guerin, Cox, Douglas, and Ryan Field now in that 4th and final transfer spot. But he's got Kevin Bernheimer closing in. Bernheimer to the bottom. Can't do nothing with him yet. We'll see as we go on here on lap number 4 of the heat race number 4.
Yeah, Bernheimer just trying to run the bottom side, trying to find a bit of moisture in what's left of this tight little bull ring. There's not a whole lot left after a substantial amount of practice qualifying, and now 4th and final heat race of the night here in race number 2, the Racing to the Rumble in Fort Wayne here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. As we had a car into the wall, that's Ryan Field. He'll lose that 4th and final transfer spot, and picking that one up goes Kevin Bernheimer in the 28. But here comes Ryan Field back to the outside. Your race off for 2 is for that final spot.
That backstretch gets awful narrow as you come off of turn number 2. Ryan Field finding that out the hard way as Kevin Bernheimer gets back by him, but now Field crosses back over to the inside and turns 1 and 2. This time, Bernheimer tries to use the momentum on the outside to hold on to the spot. Nothing doing. Ryan Field back up into the 4th and final transfer spot.
Fixed setup racing, you just love to see it, especially on a very, very slick and off virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Anthony Guerin still your race leader. Jalen Cox still runs in second. Kenny Douglas third, fourth, and final transfer spot at the moment is that blue, black, and white number 7 of Ryan Field. Back up towards your front car. Anthony Guerin goes upside down. Kenny Douglas now looking to take over the race lead from Jalen Cox.
Kenny Douglas looking to the inside, trying to grab the lead. Jalen Cox will hold on, but that was heartbreak up front for your race leader, Anthony Guerin, who led most of this one until trouble with Jalen Cox there has cost him a chance to lock directly into the A main. Right now, Kenny Douglas trying to close in and grab a heat race win. Time running out as they come down to take the white flag.
Yeah, 1 to run here for the 37 of Jalen Cox. Now down the back straightaway, 2 final left-hand turns into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, Jalen Cox will get the win in heat number 4. Second will go to Kenny Douglas. Ryan Field will grab third. Kevin Bernheimer will get the 4th and final transfer spot. Those 4 drivers locking their ticket into tonight's main event. And they've still got a lot of work to do if they want to make it into the top 4 at the end of the 30-lap feature event. And here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park, it is certainly going to be downright brutal to get those top 4 spots. Let's have a look at heat race number 4 results on your screen. Jalen Cox, Kenny Douglas, Ryan Field, Kevin Bernheim will be your top 4. Joe Cease, Joe Chisholm, Anthony Guerin, Peyton Miramontes, and Nate Walker will have to fight it out through the consolation races. The first consolation race is up on the night. 12 laps with the distance, and the top 4 will make it onto the back of tonight's main event. Jamie Tolleson will start from position number 1. Position number 2 will be Derek Terry.
Dakota Fote starting inside row number 2 with Matthew Croak in the Phantom Motorsports number 2 outside him.
Kyle Raczynski will start out of position number 5, and the Granny Griffey Racing 21 of Roman Gephardt will start position number 6.
Starting inside row number 4 out of New York in the 110, it'll be Kevin Hanley, and outside him it's going to be Nick Mumley.
Then we go back to position number 9. It'll be Mason Inman. On his outside, it'll be Morgan Dowdy out of position number 10.
Caleb Nickel in the JDR Esports entry rounds out your field. 12 laps the distance, top 4 punching their ticket to tonight's A main. Everyone else will load up and watch from the grandstands as we get ready to go. 12 laps here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
So we've had already 4 casualties out of this one. Caleb Nickel, Morgan Dowdy, Mason Inman, Kyle Raczynski. They are all not going to take any further part in tonight's racing. There goes Jamie Tolleson. Got a little loose there on the start. Just spun the tyres, unfortunately. He's going to find himself on the outside looking in as Derek Terry, that's a tongue twister right there. He will lead lap number 1 of this 12-lap journey.
Matthew Croak right on his tail tank as we come down the back straightaway. Right now, Roman Gephardt third and Dakota Fote was in that 4th and final transfer spot. Nick Mumley now getting by him. Great battle back there for that 4th and final transfer.
Yeah, Mumley on the outside looking in. There goes Roman Gephardt in third. Problems there for the 40 of Derek Terry. He might have some dramas. There may be some sort of black flag on that one, but he's going to pull that car back into the infield, back in the pit area. So we stay green. 3 laps in the books, 9 laps left to run, make it 8. As Matthew Croak in the number 2 machine for Phantom Motorsports will lead B-Main number 1.
Matthew Croak all alone out front in this one with Roman Gephardt currently in that 2nd spot. Dakota Fote finds himself in a battle with Nick Mumley for that 3rd spot. And they've got Jamie Tolleson right behind them, hoping for a mistake from one of those 2 drivers.
Yeah, Mumley drove it deep into turn number 1 and 2 and nearly got into the left rear tyre there of Dakota Fote in that 31 entry. Now here comes Jamie Tolleson. He was your initial pole sitter. Now remember, he spun the tyres, got a little loose and nearly looped it in front of the field. Now he's battling for that 4th and final transfer position. Kevin Hanley, he's some way back away, and I don't think he'll make it into the show unless something happens between Tolleson and Mumley. And speaking of Tolleson, he's moved into 4th. There's Mumley now on the outside looking in.
Jamie Tolleson working right down on the bottom of the track near those infield tires. Gets around Nick Mumley for that fourth and final transfer spot. Now trying to close in on Dakota Fote in the number 31. Laps winding down on this one, this time by 10 down, 2 to go here in B-Main number 1 at Limaland Motorsports Park.
Yeah, what a good battle this is right now. Matthew Croak in the 2 machine. He is just a couple of laps away from putting that 2 for Phantom Motorsports into the big show here tonight. But he's still got a lot of work to do because he'll have to start from position number 17 this time by Jerry. White flag is out, 1 to run here at Limaland.
Right now, Matthew Croak all alone like the chess club president on prom night here in B-Main number 1. Roman Gephardt running second with Dakota Fote third. Checkered flags in the air. Give the win to Matthew Croak. Roman Gephardt comes home second. Battle at the line for third. It'll be Dakota Fote. Jamie Tolson picking up the transfer spots. Kevin Hanley 1 spot out. Nick Mumley comes home sixth. And that'll do it for B-Main number 1 here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park.
Now, what an opening B-Main it was. No doubt we'll see a lot of passing here in B-Main number 2. But there it is. Matthew Croak, Roman Gephardt, Dakota Fote, and Jamie Tolson will be your top 4 drivers that transfer into round number 2's A main event here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. A racing to the Rumble in Fort Wayne. B-Main number 2, let's take a look at your starting grid. Clayton Kincart in the Kincart Stevens Racing entry. He'll start from position number 1. To his outside, Joe Cease will line up from position number 2.
Mason King lines up inside row number 2 with Joe Chisholm on his outside in the number 25.
Nick Campbell will start from position 5 inside of row 3. To his outside, it'll be Anthony Guerin lines up position number 6.
Starting 7th at the elbows up Sim Sports number 85. It's going to be Tyler Shell working from deep in this one alongside Shell. Starting 8th will be Peyton Miramontes.
Matthew Brunner will line up out of position number 9 inside row 5. On the outside of row 5, position number 10, the Krebs Family Racing 315, it's Nate Walker.
And rounding out the field in the number 33 is going to be Eric Smith. 12 laps the distance, just the top 4 are going to punch their ticket into tonight's A main. Looks like we got a few drivers missing, Brett.
Same as what we had in B main number 1. We've got 4 drivers already called it tonight here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. So 7 drivers on the racetrack for B main number 2. They are fighting for 4 positions. Clayton Kincart in the 77 machine will lead us off down into turn number 1 and 2. Joe Cease on the outside in the 50. Cease nearly tagged the back of Kincart on the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Tyler Shell. He was unlucky in his heat race along with Mason King. And now Joe Chisholm now to the outside. Now car into the wall. That's Joe Cease. 3 wide off turn number 2.
Nearly throw a blanket over your top 5. That caused Tyler Shell to get up in the fence just a little bit, lose some ground to these guys. He has a long way to go to try to close back in. Right now it's Cease, Kincart, Chisholm, and King, your top 4. And Anthony Guerin right now in 5th as he got by Shell when Shell had some troubles getting into the wall there.
Yeah, Tyler Shell will not give up. He will not die wondering right now here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. You see that 85 slowly starting to come into screen more and more. But Mason King in that black and orange number 7 machine holds down the 4th and final transfer spot. Anthony Guerin in the 14 trying to battle him with Tyler Shell now. Shell works to the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. We're on lap 5 of 12, so this will complete lap 5. We start lap 6. 7 laps left to run. Oh, no. We've got Kincart who got tagged there by the 25 of Joe Chisholm. And Tyler Shell looking to capitalise here as he goes to the bottom side. 3 wide down into turns 3.
Clayton Kincart with trouble, almost collected Tyler Shell. Was Shell able to avoid that accident and turn that into a run, into a transfer spot? Shell now battles with the 14 of Anthony Guerin and the 25 of Joe Chisholm for that 4th and final transfer spot.
Yeah, Chisholm not afraid to put it to an iRacing World Championship main event winner last season. Shell in that 85 picked up the win at the virtual Williams Grove Speedway, but Chisholm not giving up without a fight. Meanwhile, Joe Cease still your race leader. Anthony Guerin into the wall. 5 cars battling for 4 transfer spots. Mason King tagged the wall. Tyler Shell tagged his left rear. Now here comes Guerin to the outside. Guerin's got a run on Shell, but Mason King got some problems. Look out, there's some contact down into 1-3 to go.
Beating and banging like they're in stock cars. Tyler Shell upside down out of turn number 2. That's going to allow Anthony Guerin to get away. Laps winding down in this one. Just 2 laps remaining here in B-Main number 2 at the Limaland Motorsports Park.
Oh, Joe Cease, he is looking all too comfortable out in front in that number 50 machine as he gets the white flag out. final lap in preliminary competition here for round number 2 at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Racing to the rumble in Fort Wayne. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, Joe Cease, will go to the main event, along with Joe Chisholm in second, Anthony Guerin third, and fourth at the line. Well, it is Tyler Shell, and he's going to start a long, long way back in position number 24.
Tyler Shell has a chance to be exciting in tonight's A-Main, as he will start deep in this one. As the final results of B-Main number 2, Joe Cease picks up the win over Joe Chisholm. Anthony Guerin credited with third, Tyler Shell fourth, Mason King fifth, Clayton Kincart sixth, Nick Camper seventh, and then Peyton Miramontes, Matthew Bruner, Nate Walker, and Eric Smith rounding out the field. Brett, that does it for all the preliminaries here tonight at the Limaland Motorsports Park.
Already, we've just seen the track crew come out and give the track a little bit of a scrub up, and well, now we've got a fresh track at the moment, but once this track starts to slicken off again, that's where we'll start to see the drivers really start to get desperate and make those moves, all trying to get into the top 4 of tonight's feature event.
With that said, we're going to have a quick word here with the chairman of the Hillbilly High Banks, president of Tim Sims, Mr. Tim Nichols alongside us. Tim, so far tonight, great racing at the Limaland Motorsports Park.
There. Some of my guys made it, and a lot of our local guys, and it's what we want to hear.
Man, so far, this has been a great event. The second round number 2 for Racing with the Rumble, presented by Fatheadz Eyewear, leading up to the Rumble in Fort Wayne, December 17th and 18th. What's it mean to you to have Larry Bowes and the Racing with the Rumble associated with Tim Sims and the Hillbilly High Banks?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Get Larry Bowes to work with me. But no, I love it. It's growing for me, growing for him. Great thing for the Rumble. I'm over the Rumble every year supporting that. And, it's for the young people and the racers, and it's something to get away and do and get over there. And if you haven't experienced that, you need to go there in the wintertime. It's a good time. Come over, spend the weekend with everybody, drink a few Pepsis and enjoy the racing, get to meet Larry, put his heart into that, stop by the simulators, and we're going to be giving some money away over there this year.
Along with the Rumble in Fort Wayne this winter, you got some big things coming here at Tim Sims. Let's talk a little bit about the Hillbilly High Banks and the progresses have been made here.
Well, we're getting our own little broadcast room together with the Hillbilly High Banks, where we're at here today, and a lot of dreams of putting on some racing, getting maybe more involved with Larry, and got a lot of people looking at doing some stuff with us, and we want to make this grow, and some people come over and visit with us, get some of our restaurants, local people involved, and let's have some fun with this.
Well, it's been a good time so far tonight here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's talk about some of the folks that help you out to make this happen.
Oh, well, of course, you, Jerry, Ernie does wonders for me, come over here and helping out. But, I've got Matt Henninger, Bubba, the New York Hillbilly. He does wonders for me, the friendship alone. Wicked Cushion, General Tire, Super Clean, some of the local Red Lobster around here. Western Citizen helps me out some. Of course, again, Larry Bowles, the Fort Wayne Rumble. We're here for him right now. And like I said, pass the word out and get involved with us. Get in there and win that vacation weekend over there and come join us.
You heard it, race fans. Tim Nichols, chairman of Tim Sims and the Hillbilly High Banks. Like he said, don't forget to get on the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page to get entered into that VIP experience for a trip for 2 to the Rumble in Fort Wayne on December 17th and 18th. A 2-night stay at the Holiday Inn Purdue in Fort Wayne, directly across the street from the Expo Center. You'll get free breakfast, swag from Fatheadz Eyewear. And again, that winner's going to be drawn during the Thursday, November 18th Rumble Mumble podcast. Again, you can check all that out on the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page. Make sure you get on there, like, comment, and share to get entered, and tell your friends. Thank you again, Tim Nichols, for having us here tonight. Thank you, Brett Wheeler. Thank you for Ultimate Dirt TV for broadcasting this fine event.
Look, I'm just along for the ride. I'm just very honored, very privileged to work with you guys, and I've known Ernie. I've known Ernie, and actually I'm still on his team with the guys at Black Diamond Motorsports for a number of years, and Ernie's a great guy. And when I first met Ernie, he reminded me of someone from King of the Hill. You ever watched King of the Hill?
Yes, I've watched King of the Hill a few times. I think I know what you're getting at. But
Yep.
before we talk about King of the Hill, I actually had the King of the Hill with us, the promoter of the Rumble series at Fort Wayne, Mr. Larry Bowe, sitting alongside. Larry, what do you think so far tonight at Limaland?
Hey Jerry, this is amazing. I strongly encourage. I've been going on my personal Facebook page. Tell people, come on. I'm new to this iRacing stuff, and I'm hooked because it is as close to real as you can get. And you're not going to spend a whole night. It's like an hour and a half. You're in, you're out. See some great racing action, and we are really happy to see the participation. The viewer count is up tonight. The racers are all challenging for one of the spots at the 1,000 to win finale in December.
What's it mean to you? You got some of your drivers that have raced for you at the Little Eldora Speedway, and I know there's been a couple of guys shown some interest that have actually raced at the Rumble. What's it mean to you to see some of those guys competing in this and trying to get a shot to race in their way to the racing to the Rumble?
Oh, I think there's only one word, and that's awesome. It's so great to see them support us and support racing and take this challenge because they're running against the best in the business. I'm listening to you and Brett talking about the names that are competing. But the unique thing is, once you're in, you're in. So that opens the door for more and more racers as we go deeper and deeper into the series. More and more guys are going to have a chance, local racers, to get in. And next week, going to be a new challenge. We're going to go from the quarter mile to the big, almost half mile dirt track at Charlotte, where they have the World of Outlaw finals. And it's going to be a great race. A lot of great tracks coming up. Check out the Facebook page for the Rumble in Fort Wayne. We have a dedicated page to Racing to the Rumble. And just a big shout out to everybody that's making this possible. You, Ernie, Brett, Tim, Kyle, everybody that's doing their job to make this possible for the fans. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody at the Rumble.
Larry, once again, we thank you for being here. We thank you for helping get this put together. So far, Brett, we're just about ready to go with tonight's A main here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. And man, what a night it's been.
Yeah, as you said, what a night has been. We've seen some fantastic heat races. We've seen 4 heat races, 2 B mains. The track crew have come out and worked on the track and given us a fresh track to go out and race on in the main event. And as these drivers have already spent the last probably 5 or 6 minutes on the racetrack, they're already starting to burn it up. I'm already starting to see some slick lines develop on the entry into the turns, but there is still a bit of moisture has been brought back up into this racetrack. One thing I will say, if Tyler Shell can just survive the first 10 to 15 laps, I reckon he's either going to go to victory lane or he's coming to a podium.
Tyler Shell will be exciting to watch in this one for sure. Still lots of guys involved in this that could win, and Limaland has proved to be an equalizer with how slick the track has gotten tonight. Like you said, they have reworked the track a little bit, but it's still going to be dicey during this 30-lap A main. Want to say thank you again to Fatheadz Eyewear for our presenting sponsor of the Racing to the Rumble. We also want to thank General Tire, Ultimate Dirt TV, Tim Sims, Holiday Inn in Purdue, Fort Wayne, and of course the Rumble in Fort Wayne. Don't want to forget Super Clean as well. The folks from Super Clean sponsoring our Quick Time Award. So glad to have all those fine sponsors on board for the Racing to the Rumble events.
Yeah, without these wonderful sponsors that continually help to put on this great show, a massive thank you to everybody involved over there behind the scenes, and I mean we can't forget Ernie. Ernie's given up his time to help run these events, and like I said, I've known Ernie a number of years. I'm pretty sure he would have loved to have been out there tonight just to run with the guys and have a chance to add $1,000 to win, but he's always a gas, but he's doing a wonderful job in race control as well.
Absolutely, Ernie Williams Jr. stepping up as race director for the Racing to the Rumble series. So glad to have him on board. Whisker's been a good friend to Tim Sims for quite some time. Travels around with Tim at several events locally. So if you get a chance to head out to see Tim at your local track, or even some of the big events like the Knoxville Nationals, make sure you ask if Ernie's around and get a chance to meet him. What a wonderful man.
Yeah, if you want to find Ernie very quickly, you've just got to yell out one word. Now, we just spoke to the King of the Hill. Let's go back to that King of the Hill very quickly. He reminds me of a guy called Boomhauer.
I mean, it's to say, man, not one of those things. We're going fast, man.
I don't even want to attempt to. I don't want to attempt to go fast, man. But you know what I'm saying, man. Like he just knows how to go fast on a cushion.
What the hell?
Well, checkered flag is about to be thrown here on the warm-up position. Jerry, not too far away from our 30-lap main event. Of course, we'll go through your starting grid here in just a second. But I've got to ask you a prediction. Who do you think is going to go to victory lane here at Limaland?
Wow. My heart goes for Matt Henninger, the chairman of Wicked Cushion Esports. Would love to see him pick up the win tonight, but man, what a tough race this is going to be. Lots of great names. I think Tyler Schell, like you said, if he can be patient, will have a good chance of picking this one up from the back.
Oh, let's go from the back to the front. Tyler Schell will start from position number 24. Jamie Tolleson will start position number 23.
Starting 22nd in the number 14, it is Anthony Guerin. And on the inside of row number 11 will be Dakota Folk.
Row 10 on the outside, Joe Chisholm. To the inside, it's Roman Gephardt, position number 19.
Starting 18th in the number 27, it's Joe Cease. On his inside will be Matthew Croak in the number 2.
Row 8 on the outside will be Kevin Bernheimer. To his inside, Justin Clark, position number 15.
Starting outside row number 7, it'll be Peyton Senfer. And on the inside of Senfer, winner at Little Eldora Speedway this past Sunday, the number 11 of Caleb Harmon.
Row 6 to the outside will be Ryan Field. On the inside, position number 11, it's Kyle Goldner.
Outside of row number 5, it'll be Kyle Moonen. And on his inside will be Cameron Lytle in the 22.
We go to row number 4. On the outside will be Dakota Folk. Out of position number 8, Lane Snook will start position number 7.
Starting 6 out of Australia, it's Sean Stevens. On his inside will be Mike Henninger in the number 44.
Matt Henninger will line up the 97 from position number 4. To the inside for Fatheadz Motorsports, it's the 10 of Ross Carinta.
And your front row on the outside in the Sofa King Fast Sim Sport number 56, it's Randy Shreves. And on the pole in the number 37, it's Jalen Cox. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get it on at Limaland Motorsports Park for Racing to the Rumble round number 2.
Good start for Jalen Cox. Randy Shreves now working down on the bottom side, down into turns 3 and 4. Lap number 1 goes to the 37 of Jalen Cox. They go 2 by 3, 3 wide now for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Henninger through the middle. Carinta on the top side. Sean Stevens works low. Henninger tags Shreves. Shreves down into Stevens. Look out, there's some drama. Stevens up into the fence. Yellow is out. Big wreck for Sean Stevens and Randy Shreves, and also another car in there as well, Kevin Bernheimer, in that number 28 machine.
Crazy series of events there that all kind of started as Matt Henninger got a great run into turns 3 and 4 and tagged the 26 car. Looked like got him sideways. We'll go back here and take a look on the replay. There they go, heading down into turns 3 and 4. And it was Henninger got into the 56 of Shreves. And that just got everything all bunched up, and then cars with nowhere to go as the yellow flag comes out. Bernheimer upside down at the end of that one.
Yeah, tough break for the likes of Randy Shreves, Sean Stevens coming back into the pits. They'll get some quick running repairs on that 26. Unfortunately for Shreves, well, he's going to have to call the virtual tow, which means that he is going to have to wait at least about 1:45 for that car to get towed back into the virtual pit area. He will then be allowed to come out and come back out onto the racetrack.
And that long of a time here at Limaland seems like an eternity. He's even under pace laps. You're going around so quickly in this little quarter mile.
Certainly are. 3 laps down in tonight's 30-lap main event. Jalen Cox will lead Ross Carinta, Matthew Henninger. Now here comes Lane Snook to the outside in the number 23 machine. Tyler Schell up to position 16 right now. Make that 17th. There goes Joe Chisholm. Joe Chisholm in the 25 has picked up about 3 or 4 cars in the space of about a lap. Yellow is out once again.
Lots of shakeups going on back through the field, but keep a look there up front. Matt Henninger doing a great job currently in third. We'll look at the replay to see what happened there in the back. I believe that's Kenny Douglas sliding up. Oh, contact from the 25. Set Douglas sideways, and that's what brought out the caution. That was just enough for the flagman to throw the yellow. So we'll get them racked and stacked, ready to go in this one. 6 laps and 24 remain in our 30 lap race into the Rumble, round number 2, A main here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
Well, it can happen very quickly. You can go from being near the front of the field, to being all the way in the back of the field. And again, just taking a look at who's been sort of the biggest movers and shakers so far. Matthew Croak from 17th, he's up to 11th. I think Joe Cease is about in 13th position. He started deep in the field as well. So a couple of drivers already coming through the field, as we already said as well. Keep an eye on Tyler Shell in that 85 machine. He started dead last. He is up to now what will be 16th. So he's up 8 spots. And, well, we're going back to green this time by as Jalen Cox will lead us off.
Jalen Cox leads them down. Russ Correnta. Here comes Matt Henninger looking to the inside of Correnta down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Battle starting to shape up front. Matt Henninger finding some patience, working that bottom here at Limaland Motorsports Park in the Wilderness Whiskey number 97.
Yeah, with the Wilderness Whiskey number 97 machine of Henninger works low, now goes to the middle of the racetrack. Here comes Ross Correnta. He's now going to try the inside there on the exit of turn 4. He'll get back to the cushion in 1 and 2. And Lane Snook nearly tagged the back of the 97 of Matthew Henninger. Now look at Kyle Moonen shaping up on the inside as we go yellow. And, well, Kyle Moonen went from about 5th and he almost had 3rd, but the yellow flag comes out.
Looked like Henninger got a little loose, slid up the track, bottled him up there right behind him briefly with Snook and those guys. We'll see what happened here to cause the yellow. Looks like another Tim Sims car having some problem. Kenny Douglas in the 31. We'll see what happened. Threw it in really hard into 1 and 2, and it wasn't his fault. Cars got together on the inside. Douglas had nowhere to go, and then gets piled into a couple times, bringing out the caution once again here at Limaland.
And where's the tough break when you're inside those? Now, have you been inside those simulators?
I've been racing them ever since back in the rat bag days when me and Tim first got started. I've been blessed enough to travel all over the country with Tim in them, and now with the iRacing setups and all of them, this is one of the coolest ways to enjoy iRacing.
I've actually got a simulator, same thing as what Tim's got there. You know, the simulator chassis that's cut down. I actually found it a lot more difficult to drive those inside the simulator than what I do sitting in the wheelchair.
Wow, I find that interesting. I actually get a lot more I could sit in one of these simulators and darn near fall asleep as the caution flag waves once again, right? And I didn't even get a lap in that time.
We'll see what happened. I think Anthony Guerin in the number 14 machine had some dramas here. We'll take the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay, so keep an eye on that 14 to right in the middle of your screen. He gave a little shot in the rear end to Sean Stevens, and he got hit from behind, and that's the reason why we're quickly back under the yellow flag here at Limaland. And always a tough go here at Limaland because the caution laps, like you said, they're so short, they just go by so quick as well.
And it's so hard to traction. It's such a premium right now. These guys get bottled up on a start. If somebody spins the tires, it's real easy for them to get run over, and that causes everybody to back up behind them. That's exactly what happened there to Anthony Guerin in the 14.
The field will catch back up to the iRacing.com pace truck. We'll start lap number 11 once we go back to the green flag. Next time by, hopefully, we'll keep an eye on the lights, and it's a nice looking official pace truck that they've got. So the lights are out and we're going back to green. Single file restarts, 10 down, 20 to go. So 1/3 of the race complete, Jerry.
10 laps down, and Tyler Shell making his way through the field in this one. Going to be interesting. Shell already up to 11th with 20 laps remaining as we come out of turns 3 and 4 for the green flag once again here at Limaland.
I did say that if Tyler Shell was to survive the first 10 to 15 laps, he's going to go a long way in getting to the front, locking himself in. Slide job by Ross Correnta there on Jalen Cox for the race lead. Cox works it back to the inside, down into 1 and 2. They'll train slide jobs at both ends. This is what you pay your lunch money for, although this is free to watch right now here on Ultimate Turn 3 and, of course, racing to the Rumble in Fort Wayne.
What a great race out front. Jalen Cox, Russ Carrenta putting on a show, taking the fans to Slide Job City. Now, trouble for Carrenta, gets up into the fence. That's going to allow Lane Snook to get up the second. Caution flag waves once again here at Limaland with 13 laps in.
I believe this is going to be Peyton Senfa here. The reason for the yellow flag in that 32 machine. And now, is that Kenny Douglas in the 31 or is that Dakota Folk?
I believe that one is Dakota.
Okay. So that was Peyton Senfa, the car that just got a little loose, and the R Racing flagman says, right, that's two sideways. Let's re-rack them and re-stack them. But tell you what, Jalen Cox and Ross Carrenta, I tell you what, those last couple of laps, trading slide jobs at both ends. This is what you love to see here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park.
Absolutely. Looked like Carrenta maybe got the tires a little too hot, got a little slick for him up in 1 and 2, got in the fence and allowed Lane Snook to get by, but the caution came out, giving Carrenta the spot back. We'll see if Carrenta has anything for Cox as we get ready to go green once again here at Limaland. Lane Snook runs third, followed by Kyle Moon and Kyle Goldner, Matthew Croak, Joe Cease, and now Tyler Shell finds himself a mate as we get ready to go green once again here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Jalen Cox resumes with the lead. Here comes Russ Carrenta, Lane Snook, and Kyle Moonen down the back straightaway here at Limaland.
Closing in on half race distance this time by. We are 13 laps in the books. We'll start lap 14 to 17 to go. Carrenta all over the back of Cox once again through 1 and 2. Carrenta now looks for the slide job for the lead in a 3 and 4. And as that happens, the yellow comes out. And Ross Carrenta is going to be kicking himself right now because every time he goes for that slide job for the race lead, that dreaded Banana Republic flag yellow will come out.
Limaland Motorsports flagman putting this yellow laundry out on the line right now. Got to go back and see what happened on this replay. Like you said, Russ Carrenta, Jalen Cox putting on a show out front right now. Carrenta, again, heartbreaking. He pulled the slide job, but couldn't hang on to the spot with the caution flag coming out. Looks like the 25 we were watching here. We'll see what happens as he goes down into the corner. Ooh, just clips the infield tire. That dreaded infield tire at Limaland. And then cars pile up behind him. Wow. Heartbreak.
Roman Gephardt, Cameron Lytle, Kevin Bernheimer, those three cars that were involved in that one. And it just, as I said earlier on in the program, the outside wall doesn't move, and those infield tires, they've got to be careful because they run over them. It can spell a heartbreak. Cross flag sticks are out as the green comes out. We have got 15 down and 15 to run.
Jalen Cox, still your leader, but Russ Carrenta been all over him the last few laps. Now Lane Snook finds himself closing in along with Kyle Moonen. Still anybody's race, like you said, halfway down in this one. We got 16 down, 14 to go. Russ Carrenta trying to make a close in again on Jalen Cox. Nothing doing as they come down and cross the stripe to complete lap number 16.
Yeah, Lane Snook holding off Kyle Moonen now as Moonen ducks down to the inside on the exit of turn number 2. Here comes Carrenta. Slide jump for the race lead into turn number 3 and 4. 13 laps to go this time by the line. Boy, that was tight between Cox and Carrenta. I'm going to give it to Carrenta in the 10 just by the naked eye. Slide job. Now here comes the 23 of Lane Snook. Going to make it a three-way dance for the race lead. And Snook to the outside. Lane Snook up to position 2. Now looking for the lead into 1 and 2.
Jalen Cox crosses back over down the back straightaway. He'll regain the lead at least briefly. Right now, Lane Snook on the move in the number 23. Right on the tail take again to Jalen Cox. Will he pull the trigger? No, he'll stay in tow as they head through turns 1 and 2. He'll duck down to the inside, this time down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Slide Job City. Lane Snook grabs the lead now down the front straightaway at Limaland Motorsports Park.
And just as that happened, the yellow flag come out. And oh boy, if this is who I think it is, drama's here for the 85 machine of Tyler Shell. Just, wow, Carl Moon in the 24. They both tagged the wall, and Tyler Shell ended up going around and then getting hit there late in that one. And that will put Tyler Shell on the virtual tow back to pit road. And unfortunately, that's pretty much going to spell the end of Tyler Shell's night. He may get a chance to come back out, but he is going to be a number of laps down. And with 10 to go when we go back to green, I don't think Tyler Shell's going to have anything because he is out of the event now. So 12, make that 13 cars left on the racetrack.
Terrible break for Tyler Shell, who had found himself in the top 5 before that caution. Now out of the race, but Jalen Cox still trying to hang on, but Lane Snook has been all over him the last few laps. As we're back to green here at Limaland Motorsports Park, Cox gets a great restart, pulls out by about 5 car lengths over Lane Snook. Russ Carrenta runs third, Kyle Moonen fourth, and Kyle Goldner currently in that pit spot. Look out in 6, Caleb Harmon starting to make his move up through the field.
Now we'll go back yellow here. Keep an eye on Matthew Croak and Joe Cease. They both moved up about 11 or 12 spots as the yellow flag comes back out again here inside of 10 laps to go in tonight's main event, of course. Race number 2 of the Racing to the Rumble here at Fort Wayne, here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. It's the 26th of Sean Stevens, who, well, he was started off having a good night, and unfortunately, it's just gone from bad to worse. He got into the back of Goldner. Unfortunately, he had some dramas. He's already gone to the pits and had a quick repair on that 2016. He'll have to come from the back once again.
Hard break for that young driver who was having a great night. Now it's all seems to be falling apart on him. Laps winding down in this one, 22 in, still 8 to go here in the 30-lap A main. Jalen Cox still your leader over Lane Snook, Russ Carrenta, Kyle Moonen, and Kyle Goldner. Laps winding down in this one.
All right, here we go. Make that 9 to go. We'll go back to lap number 21. Jalen Cox in the 37 leads from Lane Snook. Ross Carrenta in third. Kyle Moonen fourth. And then you go back to Kyle Goldner rounding out the top 5. Slide jump for the lead. Here comes Lane Snook on Jalen Cox. Cox back to the inside. This is what we wanted to see as we come down to 8 to go that time by.
Keep an eye on Russ Carrenta as he's trying to battle his way back up to the front as well. Slide job once again for the lead. Lane Snook will grab it. Cox will cross over. That's going to allow Kyle Moonen to close in as well. Throw a blanket over your top 5 now here at Limaland.
Ross Carrenta battling for that 4th and final spot in the main event to automatically lock themselves in to the final race of the season. But what about the battle as they go 2 by 2 down into 1 and 2. Slide job by Cox on Snook, but Snook, he powered back around the outside. Here comes Cox once again, but Lane Snook, man, he is lightning quick at the moment. Contact between Cox and I think Kyle Moonen in the 24. We go yellow with 5 to go. Drama late in this one, Jerry.
Looked like Jalen Cox put that slide job on and lost the momentum, and then the 24, Kyle Moonen, nowhere to go, runs into him. We'll take a look at the replay here on the Ultimate Dirt TV replay. That's exactly what happened. Cox slid up. Moonen with nowhere to go makes contact. Both drivers start heading for the infield, and Moonen the big loser in that one as he gets turned completely around.
Oh, what about those last 3 or 4 laps? I mean, your top 5, they're battling for the top 4 positions to automatically lock themselves in to the race on December 18th. But if you don't finish in the top 4, you've still got another 7 chances to lock yourselves in. But as I said earlier on in the night, if you don't lock yourself in early, the pressure and the intensity will build week after, or month after month, I should say.
Absolutely. These guys already have enough pressure trying to pick up the win and get in the top 4 here at Limaland as it is. And then if they don't make that top 4, like you said, it just builds and builds and builds. They want to get it done early so they can relax and enjoy the show with the rest of us as we get ready to go back to green with just 5 laps remaining here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
It's going to be Lane Snook down into 1 and 2. Carrenta on the top side. Kyle Golden the back there in third. Matthew Croak up to position number 4. He started 17th. He won B main number 1 and is on the verge right now with 3 to go. On the verge of making it into the big show. Here comes Jalen Cox back to the inside. Jalen Cox moves to position 4, but for how long? Because here comes Matthew Croak. What a battle this is for that 4th and final transfer spot. They'll make contact. Jerry, 2 to go. You can bring us home.
Lane Snook continues to lead over Russ Carrenta. That battle seems to be strung out just a little bit, but that battle for that 4th and final transfer to the finale in Fort Wayne, still under siege. Jalen Cox has it down on the bottom. It's Matthew Croak, Caleb Harmon trying to close in on him as well. Through turns 3 and 4, one final time. Checker flag in the air. Lane Snook going to pick up the win over Russ Corinna. Kyle Goldner. Jalen Cox hangs on to grab that 4th and final transfer.
Oh, we fireworks on the racetrack. It was lightning all night long. We wait for your official results to come up, and here they go. Your top 4 and top 5 and the rest of the field will look like this. Lane Snook will get the win. Ross Corinta home in 2nd. Kyle Golden the 3rd. Jalen Cox will be the 4th and final car to lock themselves in to the December 18th race. Matthew Coke rounds out your top 5.
Your super clean, quick qualifier, Caleb Harmon, comes home 6th with a very close battle at the end trying to close in. Justin Clark 7th. Joe Cease finishes 8th with Roman Gephardt 9th. And Dakota Pope coming home 10th.
We go 11 through to 15th. Kevin Bernheimer comes home in position number 11. Kyle Moonen in 12th. 13th is Sean Stevens. Tyler Shell in 14th. And Peyton Senfa rounding out the top 15.
Mike Henninger comes home 16th with Cameron Lytle 17th. Jamie Tolleson finishes 18th. Joe Chisholm 19th. And Bubba Henninger wraps up the top 20.
I believe that was Kenny Douglas who came home in 21st. Anthony Guerin in 22nd. Randy Shrees 23rd. And 24th went to Ryan Field. As your 24 drivers, 20 of them will have another chance to qualify over the next 7 weeks. But we've got to get through the top 4 here tonight. And how about this guy, Ross Corinta, who comes home 2nd. We'll wait for the rest of our podium. Of course, Lane Snook getting the win. But, Joe, I mean, what a race it was. A couple of yellows here and there at the track. Just like we've seen in the heat races towards the end of this one, it got pretty slick. And these drivers were right up on that cushion.
Absolutely. And like we said, Limaland's such a tight track. Things happen so fast, hard to avoid accidents. So when somebody has trouble, it bottles it up real quick and calls more cautions after that. But with that said, it led up to a great finish tonight here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, let's go and chat to the driver that comes home in 3rd place. In fact, I'll let you chat the 3rd and 1st, and I'll take 2nd.
Kyle Goldner, Jerry Keyser here with UDTV. You got me, buddy?
Yes, I do. Hey, how's it going there, Jerry?
Good, man. What a great run tonight. Coming home 3rd, locking your way into the finale at the Rumble in Fort Wayne, December 17th and 18th. What a battle up front with all you guys.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun running with those guys.
Last 10 laps, you could throw a blanket over the top 5. It was anybody's race. Top 5 cars were battling so hard to grab one of these 4 automatic berths into the finale at the Racing of the Rumble. How did you avoid all the accidents throughout this one and make your way into the 3rd spot tonight?
I think I just got lucky, in all honesty. I had some times where I was up high and I just got I was able to get around some people where they got low and underneath me and all that. So I think I just got really lucky tonight.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and tonight you were lucky enough to get your way into the top 4. Now your ticket is punched. You'll have to watch the rest of the season to see who will join you in Fort Wayne. In the meantime, let's talk about who helped you with your race car.
I had the Goldner Racing team help me out. So I had my brother. He ran a practice session with me earlier on today, and that helped me iron out a lot of the mistakes I was making, and helped me build a lot of the confidence so I could get up onto the cushion and run those quick laps.
Well, congratulations once again, Kyle Goldner, for coming home with a podium finish tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park.
Thanks so much.
Well, standing by with the driver that comes home in 2nd spot here tonight, Ross Corinta. Ross, congratulations, buddy, on, first of all, picking up a second place here tonight at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. But you look at the bigger picture, you've locked into the big show on December 18th. You got to be happy about this one.
Yep, I guess that was the overall goal. Didn't want to push it too hard at the end there when I knew I was locked in. So $50 would have been nice, but congrats to Lane on the win.
Well, during the heat races, we've seen a very, very slickened off racetrack, and of course during the B mains as well. Track had a reset, had some work done to it. We had a fresh track at the start of that warm-up session. What did you learn from the heat races that you applied in the main event?
Well, in my heat race, once I got up to the top, I kind of just quarter throttled all the way around, and car felt really good, and it worked. So thought I'd try to stick to that philosophy in the feature, and I think it worked. A couple of times I tried to get a slider to get ahead of Jalen there, and kind of pulled away from it because I thought it was a little tight, and then I let Snook by, but that's just racing.
Well, sprint cars obviously tonight and all season. We'll see fixed setup races. So everybody is on the same set. Now we know the setup, the only adjustment you can make is moving the wing backwards and forwards. How much did you play around with that wing, and just to try and to adjust to your driving style?
Honestly, when I got in the car, I put it to -10, and just left it there. When it's slick like that, I'd rather have it be a little tighter.
All right, buddy, look, well done on a second place here tonight at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. You got a good-looking hot rod, no doubt. A lot of good sponsors behind you, a lot of good people as well on your team. Now's an opportunity to thank those people.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the guys over at Fatheadz Motorsports, obviously, sponsors Power Outdoors, Weichel Sportswear, JZ iRacing Photos, and Velocity Race Design. And that's about it. And then thank you guys for putting on the show.
All right, well done on second place as Ross Carinta comes home in position number 2. Joe, we don't have our winner just yet, so what I'll do is I'll let you interview the driver that comes home in 4th place here tonight of Jalen Cox.
Jalen Cox, Jerry Keyser up in the booth. You got me, buddy? Jalen, you got me? Jalen Cox, this is Jerry Keyser in the booth. You got me? Well, looks like a little bit of technical difficulty here as we try to interview your 4th place finisher, Jalen Cox, who's locked his way into the Racing to the Rumble in Fort Wayne finale on December 18th. Jalen Cox, you got me this time? Well, sorry that we're not going to have a Jalen Cox here. Again, technical difficulties causing some issues. Looks like our race winner not available yet either, but Lane Snook doing a great job behind the wheel of the 23 tonight, battling with Ross Carinta and Jalen Cox throughout the first 3 quarters of this race, and then Snook able to get up front. Cox losing a little bit of ground. Ross Carinta doing a great job to hang on and grab that spot. Jalen Cox, we'll try one more time. You got me, buddy? All right, well, we apologize, race fans. Not going to have that interview with Jalen Cox, but want to thank each and every one for tuning in tonight at the Racing of the Rumble event here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Special thank you to Fatheadz Eyewear for presenting this event. We also want to thank General Tire, UDTV, Tim Sims, Holiday Inn, Purdue, Fort Wayne, the Rumble in Fort Wayne, Hillbilly High Banks. We are back in action next month at the Charlotte Dirt Track at Charlotte. So make sure you tune into that. Don't forget, make sure you get on the Rumble in Fort Wayne Facebook page. Like, share, and comment this video, and that is going to get you entered in for the Rumble in Fort Wayne Ultimate VIP Fan Experience. That'll get you, if you win that, that's 2 reserved seats for the Rumble in Fort Wayne on Friday, December 17th, Saturday, December 18th. You'll get a complimentary room at the Holiday Inn Purdue in Fort Wayne, right across the street from the Expo Center, so you ain't got to go far to get to the races. and that's going to get you a Friday, Saturday night stay, and then Saturday breakfast. And you're going to get some Fatheadz Eyewear swag, including some ball caps, koozies, all kinds of good stuff. We are back in action on Tuesday, July 20th from the dirt track in Charlotte. And Brett, what a great night of racing here at Limaland.
Wouldn't expect anything less. So far, the opening 2 nights we've seen Knoxville a month ago, and now tonight here at Limaland. Cannot wait for the virtual dirt track at Charlotte, the home of the World Finals, and a track that was slick from top to bottom, not only during the heat races, but once we got into the pointy end of that main event. Man, I'll tell you, we've seen some really good slide jobs late in this one.
Absolutely. Like I said, Jalen Cox, Ross Carenta, Lane Snook, all trading lots of slide jobs. And it'll take a look at that young man finishing third. Kyle Goldner, like he said, he thinks he got lucky. Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and he lucks his way in to the finale in Fort Wayne on December 18th.
Cannot wait for that one, but that will do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt 3, and of course racing to the Rumble in Fort Wayne as well. On behalf of Jerry Kaiser, this is Brett Wheeler. We sign off. We'll see you back in a month's time at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Good night, everyone.